Well, a very good morning. A very, very good morning to all of you. Welcome to all the people from different countries. And, well, it's a beautiful morning. Well, I thought I will never stand on this international stage anymore to share all my 40, to be exact, 43 years of all my accumulated experience to be shared to all of you. I retired during the pandemic time, and my sons tell me, "Dad, you don't do anymore. You don't need the money anymore. Why are you still doing it?" All right? And my sons, I have 4 sons. They're all doing very, very well. All right? But then, end of 2021, Dr. Steven called me and talk about Prife. And I told him, I'm not interested because I know Steve for 35 years, and there was a company, we were both a vice president in another company before. So I know him 35 years since when I was a GM, all right, of an MLM company, and he was very young. He just came out from school and he went into that business. So all his entire life, all right, he just do MLM. And see what is he today. And he always say, MLM is in his blood. All right? So am I. And, but then he never give up, you know. He keep calling. Very thick skin, you know, this guy. You see, and, but in this business, you want to make money, you got to be thick skin, to be honest with you. Because if you got very thin skin, you make very thin money. You got thick skin, you make thick money. All right? And he never gave up. And because as a friend, after last year, after Chinese New Year, I paid a visit to Prife in office. And I was sitting there, and I saw the members was using, all right, this trolley and trolling, you know, by carton and smiling away, you know. I was watching. Hey, this is something that, you know, something I've not seen before. As I began to understand that this product, I realized it was not another health food. I spent 40 over years in health food, all right? You look at me today. I have a disease, a kidney problem since I was 19 years old, and I went for 2 transplants. And today, another 3, I'll be 70 years old. Do I look like a sick man? I don't look like a sick man, right? That's why it's very important, all right? You can extend your life if you know what to eat and how to eat. This is another different topic that Thai are very lucky because they have a product that we are launching called the Clean, Balance, and Build. And this is something that I designed, all right, that make me what I am today. But this product will eventually launch in other countries. That is a fantastic, because a lot of people know what to eat, but they don't know how to eat. So don't think that you got a health food, you just eat it in and you get the result. No. Why some health food, some people take it, got result, why some people don't? Because they don't know how to eat. So anyway, today my topic is not this, but we'll be launching this product in April in Thailand, all right? And that is one of the best health food in my 40 years that I've seen, all right? Okay, now, what I'm going to share with you is something that I can bet you never hear before. Something that is so deep, and once you understand the power and the beauty, the in-depth of network marketing or multi-level marketing, all right, then you will start to appreciate. In my opinion, what is the greatest discovery of all time? Is it the telephone? Is it the computer? Well, they are great discovery. But may I ask you, are they the best discovery? If you got no money, even though, all right, it's a fantastic discovery, the phone, can you buy one? No. Computer, fantastic discovery, fantastic invention. If you got no money, can you buy one? No. The greatest discovery of all time in my book is network marketing. Why? Because a lot of people do not realize that in network marketing is the only thing that can offer everyone an equal opportunity. It doesn't matter you are poor, educated, not educated, or young and old, all right, or handicapped, not a problem. At least it will offer you an opportunity to bring food on the table to feed your family. That's the most important thing. All right? So a lot of people didn't realize that. So what I'm going to show it to you today, all right, is going to go into the in-depth. Because a lot of people fail in the network marketing because they don't understand. They thought that MLM is just to make extra income, extra money, that's all. So they come in, they see you promote to them, they say it's so good, they want to give it a try. And afterward, they found a little bit difficulty, they gave up. Why? Because they don't understand. All right? So MLM is not an extra income. All right? MLM is one of the greatest discovery of another way of making a living. Before, all right, during my father's time, all right, in the last few thousand years, how does people make a living? Only two. You can afford, you do yourself, mean running your own business. You cannot afford, you work for other people. You have only two choices. Correct or not? But what happens if you don't have the money to do your own business, all right, and nobody wants to employ you for many reasons, for various reasons, what choice do you have? You get a family, a mother, a wife who lost a husband, who a few kids to feed, and never worked before. What is she going to do? Or you get somebody who's not educated, or somebody went bankrupt. He's in debt. You think he can start to go and work for somebody when he lost his business, he got so much debt, you think he can go and get a job, you think he can work properly when he has tons of debt? What choice do they have? Because you got no more money, and you can't work for people anymore. That's why the power of network marketing is so important. It's the third way, all right, of making a living. You can earn as much money as you want. You want to earn just enough, or you want to be rich. Networking offers you all this. That's why it's so powerful. Okay. All right? So let me proceed by sharing with you, all right, why network marketing. Today, job is getting less and less in the market right now. We are living in the internet world, the e-commerce world, where things are changing. Because of automation and computerization, jobs are getting less. And many other factors as well. For example, today you go to a restaurant, have you seen this robot before that come and serve food? Even now, some restaurants are slowly using robots to serve the customer. There'll be another job loss. All right? There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of millions of people in the world who are waiters and waitresses. This job will be gone someday. So what are they going to do? All right? And then even robots will start packing and start cooking. Can you imagine? They don't even need chef anymore. All right? So look at this. The new order. The world is so uncertain. Today, you and I are living in an era that is the most difficult, is the most uncertainty compared to the most uncertain compared to the last 10, 20 years. We don't face such thing. Today is getting worse and worse. Okay. Like for example, you have the trade war. And the biggest country in the world is US and China. And when they start to fight, they are like two elephants fighting. We are all the ends, we are suffering. Cost goes up. All right, the trade war. Then today, Ukraine is fighting. Again, petrol price goes up. When petrol price goes up, everything goes up. We all suffer. If you're an income earner, you just earn enough, and price of things goes up, you won't have enough. You cry also, no tears. Who's going to help you? You go and borrow? Will Taiwan fight again? After Ukraine, will it be Taiwan? We don't know. So we are living in a very uncertain world. Do you think that a job is enough to save you? To give you protection? You think you run your own business is going to protect you? All right? Inflation, recession. Now we are in inflation. If it gets worse, it becomes recession. Many of us will lose their job. Many companies will collapse. A lot of companies already collapsed, my friend. Because of what? Because of the last COVID. Because of the last COVID, because of this pandemic, you and I know how many businesses has closed down. If you're one of them, whether you run a restaurant, you run any other business, you know how you suffer. For those companies that closed down, many job loss. And some of you here probably are one of the victims that are, got retrenched. Job is never a security. I don't care you work for the biggest company. Even the biggest company also collapse. And you got a family to feed, and what choice do you have? What else can you do? That's why people who do not understand the business that is the most versatile, which is adaptable, is network marketing. It's MLM. All right? And do you know, while many companies were closing down, which company that came up from network marketing during the pandemic? Prife. That is a typical example to show you that, Prife started sometime in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic. You can do the business at home. That's how fantastic it is. All right? And why MLM is so powerful and so versatile and more secure, whether it's good time or bad time, MLM is always good time. Why? When it's good time, people do. When it's good time, people eat. When it's bad time, people do. So either way will do. Right? Because when good time, a lot of people, some of them, they don't do MLM because they're doing well. So we can sell them. All right? When bad time, they lost their job, then they do. So that's why MLM is good for both sides. But when you work for somebody, you only hope that times are good, economy are good. Even same in business. That's the power of the safest business, the safest job is network marketing. All right? Sorry, my eye's not very good. Read for me, what is this? So what choice do we have? Okay? Job and the business owner versus MLM. All right, let's find out. As a job, when you work for somebody, do you realize that you are a dependent? You are not independent? Because you are dependent from somebody to give you bread. Your family depend on you. You depend on somebody. All right? To depend on somebody is the most undependable. So you depend on yourself. The company only pay you enough for you to survive. They don't pay you to become rich. If they pay you to become rich, they become poor. All right? And another thing. I don't care what company you work for. I'm not saying company are no good. What I'm trying to tell you, the comparing side of it. You can work for the company for the last 20 years, 30 years. You are working day to day. You work, you have. You don't work, you don't have. You make sure you can live for the next 30 years, feeding your family, nothing happens to us. And nothing happens to you. Can you guarantee that? That also we cannot guarantee. If anything happens to you, what happens to your family? That's why I say the company only pay you when you can work. You can work for the last 30 years. The day you cannot work, your income stops. The company is not going to say, oh, this is a very good staff, been working for us for the last 30 years, never mind. We look after them for the rest of their life. Got such thing or not? Sorry, my friend. Goodbye. That's how's life up there. In network marketing, you don't depend on anybody. You depend on yourself. You decide, all right, the time, the money that you want, right? What is that? Can somebody read that? Sorry, because my eye is not very good. Okay, limited income. As I was saying that, when you work for somebody, your income is limited. Let me ask you, okay? Today, open up your bank account. I dare to say 90% of you here, all right, 90%. When you open up your bank account, I don't think there's a lot there. And let me ask you, the last time you and your family go to the restaurant, or you look at the one that next table to you, the minute they look at the menu, all right, they look, and then after this, they look right. Why did they don't look right? What they are looking at? Price. Why can't you go to a restaurant to eat what you want to eat? Why must you allow the price to determine what you want to eat? Am I correct or not? You sit on the table. The waiter waiting there. Yes, what can I order for you? You will look one page. After the final page, fried rice. Because that's the cheapest one. Any drinks, sir? Sky juice. So what I'm trying to tell you is that why you allow money, all right, especially income earner, because you have the budget, because that's the only thing. You cannot expand your income. So you have to live based on what you have. And you cannot overspend. Why can't you make your life, all right, by expanding your income, all right, to live how you want to live, to eat what you want to eat? The only way is MLM, network marketing. All right? The next one is what? Sorry, insecure. As I was saying, a lot of people thought that, when you work for somebody, okay, no matter how big is the company is, security has got two parts. Yes, the company may be big, but anything can happen to us. Or a health problem, pandemic problem, or whatever problem. All right, there's so much problem that involve. Security is not that you can work for the next 30 years. Can you? Is there guarantee you can work for 30 years? You can't. All right? And then you buy a house. Let me ask you, I'm sure a lot of you own a house. Am I correct or not? You say yes? Let me ask you, is it still installment or fully paid? You are fully paid, you are very lucky. But I will tell you, majority of the people here, you still got another 10, 20 years loan to pay. Am I correct or not? That's not your house. That's the bank's house. Until you fully paid, then it's your house. If the day anything happens to you, you can't pay anymore, will the bank take back? So when you buy a house, it's not your house yet until you fully paid. And you take a long time to slowly pay and make sure this period, nothing happens to you. Security is not when you can continue to work. Security is when you got your money today in your pocket, that you is that enough to see you for the rest of your life, then you can say that you are secure. How many of us in this room can put up the hand and say that, I don't need to work anymore. Tomorrow wake up, I don't have to go to work anymore. I have enough to see me through for the rest of my life. How many of us in this room can put up that? I think most of you can't. So therefore, you are still insecure. I don't care what job we have or what business you have. Even your business is not even secure because anything can happen, which I've shown you earlier. All right? And finally, pyramid. You see, a lot of people misunderstood. They thought the MLM is pyramid. You are wrong. The job outside there is pyramid. Why? Every position that you try to climb higher is getting less and less up there. All right? And then you have the supervisor, you have the manager, then you have the marketing manager, then you have the GM. How many GM are there in a company? One. So what are the chances of you to become the GM? If you are working down there, you want to climb and get promoted to the next level, all right, you hope the one up there resign or get sacked. All right? So as you climb higher, the position up there become narrower and narrower and narrower. Is that a pyramid? In network marketing, the position up there has got no limit. Everybody equal. The opportunity is equal. All right? You want the position up there, is waiting for you. So which is pyramid? You work outside there as a job person, working for somebody. That is called a pyramid system, not MLM. Now you understand how powerful is this MLM? All right? As long as you're willing to work, nobody can stop you. Not even your upline can stop you. Not even the company can stop you. If you qualify, you just keep going up. That's the power of network marketing, which a lot of people don't realize. All right? Okay. Now, finally, own business. The problem is you have what do you call this? Capital. You see, you want to do your own business, first of all, you think of the capital first. And I tell you this, all right, how many people of us in this world has got enough capital to start a business? 95% don't have. That's why only 5% of people are involved in the business, all right? Second thing, when you have that, then it's the knowledge. Now, this is a very important thing that I want to share with you. Do you know, according to statistics, 60% of the business that people start don't last 3 years. 90% don't last 6 years. Only 1 or 2% will survive after 10 years. That's the statistic, that's the risk you take when you start your own business. All right? Why? Because to do a business, you need to know everything. You need to do everything by yourself. You may be good in selling garment, you may be good in making garment, you can be good in doing something. All right? Number one, you can produce good things, but do you know how to sell or not? If you know how to sell, do you know how to get the material, where to buy material? And then when inflation comes, the price of the product goes up, it's too expensive, you may even close your shop and people don't buy. And on top of that, you need to do accounts. So that not all of us are born to know all this from, to get a customer, to know how to manage your staff, how to do the account. Not everyone of us are specialized in all this. So therefore, you got to do everything if you start your own business. But in network marketing, you don't have to do all this. You only do one thing. The 95% that Prife will do it for you. You only do one thing. What is that? Just talk to people. Keep talking. Talk until you become success. That's all. The rest, you leave it to the company to do it. If that also you can't do, forget about doing your own business. Because if you do your own business, you still need to find customer anyway. Am I correct or not? That's why I don't see why you want to take out all your hard-earned money and go and what do you do? All right? Sorry, I got to keep walking forward. Yeah, this is where even you start your own business, even your own business, you can't control the environment. All right? Like inflation, recession, it could kill your business. Every time when you open up your door, early morning when you open up your door, you lose money first. Why? You have a rental, you need to pay. Whether today got business, no business, you straight away got to pay. You are running at a loss. It's like you're going to a casino, all right, you lose. Because the minute you open, you lose first. You got your staff salary to pay, you got your rental to pay. Only when there is business come in, then you break even, then you slowly make profit. But then there's something that beyond your control. Inflation, recession, war, or natural disaster. But thanks goodness in Asia here, Malaysia, Singapore, or Thailand, we are quite lucky in the sense that, we don't have much of this, a natural disaster. But many countries have. So these are things beyond your control. When pandemic come in, you run your own business. Is it your fault? Not your fault. So why you want to risk the money? Okay? So why do you want to take risks? And do you know that many people went bankrupt because started with a small business? Do you realize that? For example, he may start a business with only 20,000. He ran a shop, all right, and then he started the business. But business no good. Okay? And the capital, not enough. You think he's going to close it? No. He still believes that, because he don't want to lose the money he started. So what happened? He will still try to go and borrow money and try to sustain. And when finally he cannot take it anymore, he closed shop. People will only force themselves to close shop until they cannot take it anymore. They owe too much money. That's why a lot of people started with small money and end up bankrupt. So why you want to take all this risk? MLM is also a business. You either make money or you don't make money, but you don't lose money. Because you do it at home. That's how powerful this is. So if you really become to understand the in-depth, the beauty of network marketing, all right, it's just that people does not somehow rather find it very hard to accept that MLM is a mainstream business. Why? Because they see their father, all right, most of us see their parents, how they make a living, they work for somebody. Or they see their father do business, so that's what they've been following. For century and century, people know only two ways. Either you work for yourself or you work for somebody. But they didn't realize that MLM is also another legitimate, mainstream, most beautiful, the safest business compared to all this. All right? So, finally, the most noble business. Do you know when I say this, when I found this out 30 years ago, in Chinese, there is a very powerful word that describes MLM. 是很伟大的生意. But I couldn't find a word. In English at that time, for so many years, I tried to find a word that very close to the word 伟大的生意. But only the last few weeks, when I was trying to plan this right, this word came into my mind. It's called noble. MLM is the most noble business. Why? The word noble means you are noble because you do something good. Especially you do charity, especially you do a lot of things for other people, all right, helping people. That's noble. And MLM is one of the most noble. Why? Because you cannot succeed until you help somebody there to succeed first. Then only you can become successful. But when you're running your own business, all right, who is successful? Only the boss. And the worst still is the more successful you are, the less friend you have up there. Why? Because when you become so rich, you don't know who are the genuine friends anymore. If they want to be too friendly to you, you think they go after your money. So you lost friend. You lost genuine friend. MLM is the most beautiful. Because when you make a lot of money, many people down there make a lot of money together with you. You can enjoy together. You speak together. We are all equal. You see how many friends we have? So that's the power, the beauty of network marketing. And then when you do this business, and we help somebody out down there, change their life financially, maybe you help them, especially in Prife. We save so many lives up there. whether their eyes become better, their leg become better, or whatever they become better, you are accumulating blessing. Do you know that? You are accumulating blessing. How nice that you are making money from helping people. Have you ever realized that? You look at me. I discovered I have kidney problem at the age of 19. At the age of 31, I went for a transplant. I have 2 kidney failed. 9 years, I lived in the machine for almost 7 years. And then I went for another transplant around 42. Today, I'm 67. You look at the blessing I have. Count your blessing. Go out and do good. Go out there and save people financially or health-wise. Technically speaking, you are indirectly also doing charity. Everyone you help there, you want to succeed in this business, I want to give you one very important tip. Don't think of yourself. Think of them. Because when you think of yourself, these people know. They know they got a selfish leader. They will only follow you once. They don't follow you twice. All right? Think of them first. Because when you think of them, when they make money, you automatically make money. So why you worry about yourself? You make the same of money. The only difference is instead of thinking of yourself, you think of them. That is the most powerful thing you can accumulate in the network marketing. And then what you need to do is you need to master the art of network marketing. Once you master the art of network marketing, you can never go hungry anymore. Do you know that? If you are working for somebody and that's all you know, if you lost your job and you got a family to feed and you can't find a job, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, you'll be in stress. You will be in stress. But in network marketing, today, you can take everything away from me. I can go out there, every MLM company welcomes you. And you can start making your money to feed your family. That's why when you do this business, sometimes it's not only for yourself. When you do business, sometimes it's an example to your children. Because if the children seen the parents, all right, do MLM before, so they don't think it's very unusual. But because in the last centuries, a lot of people see their parents, the only way is to work for somebody. So the children grow up, to them is working for somebody, all right, is normal. Doing MLM is abnormal. Because they don't know. All right? Okay. So now, you see this? This was 35 years ago. I was interviewed by many magazines. And one of the magazines asked me, Mr. Eddy Tan, what do you think of network marketing? In Chinese, if you know how to read, you know what I say? MLM is heaven sent. If God have not sent this business in this world, all right, many of us today, those who cannot find job. Those who have lost their husband, those who have gone bankrupt, they do not know what to do anymore. Those old parents, children never take care of them. They can still come. We can still help them. All right, they can still do MLM. People who are handicapped, nobody wants to employ them. MLM can still give them a chance to make a living. That's why I say MLM is from heaven. I didn't say it only today. I said this 35 years ago. And I still believe in it. All right? Okay. Let me show it to you. Now, let's talk about the facts of life. Now, I base this on Malaysian culture, but I would say 80 to 90% of the world also almost the same as the way we live. All right? I'm just basing on the graduates. Once they graduated at the age of around 25, After spending maybe 18 to 20 years in studying from standard 1 right up to university, they graduate around the age of 25. Okay? What we do? Dating. Boy find girl, girl find boy. All right? If you remember, we all gone through this before. That was the happiest moment of our life. No responsibility. The only thing we ask is the boy asks the girl or the girl asks, okay, this weekend where we go? All right, which karaoke? Or where we need to go for a drink or whatever it is. There's no responsibility. The responsibility is in the parent. They go home, stay with their parents, they got food on the table. All right? Then, very soon, after dating for some time, they plan to buy a car so that the boyfriend can fetch the girlfriend to work. And very soon, not very long, one of them will say, let's get married. All right? And once they get married, may I ask you, when a couple get married, what is the first thing that they dream to have? What's that? House. All right? And once they have a house, let me ask you, how many years? By then, they should be around 35 years old because they need to work, save enough money. By then, they are around 35 years old. And today, you buy a house, it will take you at least 30 years loan. Am I correct or not? And the minute you take a loan of 30 years, 35, you'll be tied until your age of 65, and therefore, sorry lah. You cannot jump anymore. You have a load of responsibility behind you, and that is your life. From now on, you are indebted. You are in debt right away. We always teach our children, son, okay, my child, try not to have debt. Try not to owe people money. We are the first one to start owing people money, the bank. And make sure between the next 30 years, nothing happens to you. Because your legs are tied now. You're no longer a free person anymore. All right? And very soon, two monkeys will come to the world. And it will add more responsibility. Your bag now is so full. That's why you see today married people, they no longer walk so fast. They are now walking very slow. So heavy, how to walk fast? Okay? Very soon, the wife is going to tell the husband, honey, the children are growing up. I think I need to spend time at home to take care of them, to teach them. So what happened? All the responsibility they used to share to pay this responsibility because the wife was still working. When you have the children, the wife stay home. And what happened? All the responsibility now is handled by the husband. And then, what's going to happen? The wife will now be a housewife, just looking after the kid, and the man will go out and make sure this guy is healthy. Make sure no COVID. All right? And make sure he don't lose his job. Okay? Now you see a lot of stress, a lot of worry. Now you understand why men die earlier than women? Agree or not? Is that the facts of life? And when this man passed away, all this now become the responsibility of the mother. The mother have not been working for some time, taking care of the children, taking care of the house. You ask her to come out to work, how much money can she earn? Can still afford to maintain all this? Sorry, gone. Now, he's taking with the two kids. And what's going to happen? If the mother go out to work, she has to go out to work. These two child, life will change. Whether looked after by the grandmother or grandfather and so on, they used to wear Nike. All right? Confident going to school, and now no more Nike. Just a cheap shoe. Go to school, no more confident. Or Mother not around, the child will get spoiled. This is the facts of life. You still want your children to go through this kind of way of living? You want? I don't want. None of my son, all right, work for anybody. All right? So what I'm trying to tell you is this. You don't have to live like that. That's why I say MLM is the third way. There are 3 ways of making a living, not 2 anymore. But yet it takes time. There are still people out there who don't understand, all right, what heaven have given us. Another way, another choice. But when you are doing with MLM, see what happened. You have all the people there supporting what your husband have done. You don't have to sell your house. You don't have to sell your car. All right? The family is still intact. You don't have to buy insurance if your husband died or your wife passed away. Here, there's already automatic insurance there when you become successful in network marketing. Even if you buy insurance, whether 100,000 or 50,000, I'm talking about ringgit, all right? How much can it last you? It doesn't last you. If you buy now, if you have few children or 2 children, how much insurance can we afford to buy? We can't buy a lot. And by 10 years later, that insurance you bought 10 years ago, you can't do much with it. That's why the power, the beauty of network marketing. Heaven did not send this business here for no reason. Heaven also knew someday there will be not much job in the market. That's why networking is here. All right? So now, why people fail? This is what I was saying just now, because of the lack of knowledge and belief. So the knowledge part I have explained to you very clearly just now, why MLM is so powerful and it's a must. Technically, we live in this new world, this new world order right now. We don't have a choice. LMN is still the safest business. Okay? And you need to believe in yourself. Okay? And now, the last one is, okay, now MLM. Which company? Do you know I spent 43 years in this industry. I met many old friends. Today, still struggling. They once upon a time, they make a lot of money. Okay? Today, I still see them struggling. And I see many, many MLMers, top leader, all right, suffering, struggling. And of course, many of the MLM people, the middle rank one, okay, make money, don't make money, make money, don't make money. Do you know what's the greatest problem? They're very good in talking. They're very good in convincing. They know MLM. But do they really know? Sometimes they still don't know the way I look. If they know, they won't be what they are today. Because they are good. They can speak very well, they have the knowledge, but except one thing. They do not know what company can do and what cannot do. Do you know that? They succeeded. They did well. But the company failed them. Is that very often? Very often it's the company that failed them. And then they join another company. Very quickly, very desperately, without thinking, they quickly jump another company. From a frying pan to a frying pot. Another wrong MLM company. So after a few years, you keep jumping like that, nobody is going to follow you anymore. That's why do not simply join MLM company. So what kind of company And you listen carefully what I'm going to share with you. If the company do not have this, don't waste your time. Okay, you want to make fast money, quick money, like money game, go ahead. In the end, you lose it anyway. To earn MLM company must be long term. Then you see the money. Short term is like, for example, wow, I make 100,000, I make 200,000, no more. The company gone. Then what happened? Then for the next few years, 1 or 2 years, you cannot find another good company. All the money you earn here, all gone. Then you restart again. So the life becomes like this. So what kind of company you should look for then? Okay? Prife. Why? I don't say Prife just because it's because I'm doing for Prife. No. If Prife don't have that, I won't even bother to waste my time. All right? Because I'm too experienced for it. I've been a CEO, I've been a regional director, I'm very successful as a leader right to the top. Even as a CEO, I also did very well. Because I know. I've been both sides. So I know what it takes a company to be able, all right, to give you what you want. 4 Ps. You know, my previous company, when I was doing Unicity, I printed a card. And this card has got 4 P. And it's very explaining the first P, what are the things, all right, what you should have. And all my distributors carry the card in their wallet or in their bag. So when they talk to somebody, when they meet somebody out there, all right, he says his company is very good, okay. Let's not argue. Let's take, they take the 4 P and put on the table, and let's talk whether your company has got the first P or not, second P or not, third P or not, fourth P. Don't waste time. My God. All right? So what is the first P then? Personnel. You know what personnel? Management. Very important that the company is not the product. It's not the best marketing plan. Let me ask you. You have a fantastic, beautiful bus out of this world. All right, and you want to go from A to B. And this bus is so beautiful, but then the driver got no experience. You dare to go up or not? Same thing. There are a lot of MLM companies started. The boss got a lot of money, but no experience. All right? And it's normally the leaders go and talk to these people who are rich. You come up with the money, we will do it. And the plan are normally drawn by this leader. So what happened is, when an MLM company with bosses who are not experienced, I don't care what they are, whether public is a company, even it's public company, don't come and tell me, oh, this is a public, the biggest public company, they own this. Don't waste time. Even worse, they know nothing about MLM. MLM is a very personal business. It's a person-to-person business. The public company boss doesn't even know who are the leaders at all. They don't even understand the business. Cannot. And in Prife, they are all together 4 bosses. Okay? All of them more than 25 experience. Dr. Steven himself, personally, only 35. I know him, not because I heard it, because I personally know him. All right? So before you talk what you want, before you talk, we already understand. Actually, it should be 5, you know. Prife, I got 5 bosses. When I'm interested, I ask them to sell the share for me. They don't want to sell. So now only 4, otherwise 5. So anyway, I said, doesn't matter. Which company you have not opened yet? Which country? He said, Thailand. I will partner you in Thailand. Another one, after Thailand had become successful, Vietnam. I'll partner you in Vietnam. Why? Confident. Because I know these bosses very well. So very important, the people who runs the company, who owns the company, experience in MLM. They added up together more than 100 over years. Okay? The next one is product. Then we talk about product. Okay? So in MLM, what is the best product? Okay. Now, health food, okay? Health food, for example, is it good? I spent 40 years in health food. Is health food important? Yes, because you look at me. I know what is health food. Okay. In fact, I know very well, actually. But then again, health food today is important that we should have. But right now, we come to a different level. It's a different era right now. Health food is so commonly out there already. You try to open the market, and you try to call somebody and say, hey, there's a new company that just came in, you know. All right, fantastic. The product is fantastic. What is that? It's a very good health food. Anticlimax. Almost 95% MLM company, they just emphasize on health food. And no big deal. Okay? But then, when you tell them what is that? What is that? What is that? Curiosity. Something they never heard of. Something they never see before. Then they be curious. In network marketing today, you want to have something that is new, something people never heard of before, all right? And then most important is result. To be able to see result very quickly. All right? Now, I give you an example. Today, you sell health food. I don't care how good it is. We've been in this business for the last so many years. Tell me, you have heard of so many health food out there. Is there ever one health food product that's so good that everybody eat, everybody see result? Got or not? Don't have. Never will. Because our body are different, all right? And, so our, the way you eat is different, okay? And if it work for somebody, it may not work for some. If you, as a leader, I want to sponsor you, say, can I try? I give you one bottle. One bottle, 60 tablets for 1 month. Only for you. Which means if you don't see result, does it mean the product no good? So your chances of getting this guy to sponsor is much, much lower. And moreover, if you give him a 60 tablet, you want to wait for 1 month? Second thing, if you take a 60 tablet, can he go back and take 10 tablets for the mother to try, 10 tablets for the wife to try? Can or not? Cannot. But when somebody say, if the leader said, can you give me one, borrow a unit to try? Give it. When he take the unit, he go back and blow the mother, blow the father, blow the wife, blow the son, blow everybody blow. Surely one person, at least one of them will see result. You say, wow, the product very good. That is called opening the market. That's why Prife expanded so fast, so quickly into so many countries, is because it see result. Especially those people who have insomnia, people who have problems sleeping, you can almost challenge them. I won't say 100%, almost 80%. Every 10% who have insomnia problem, spend 20 minutes blowing this up here like that, I can guarantee that night he will sleep very well. That itself already a result in 24 hours. No health food can do that. All right? But of course, on the long term, we also need to have people who say, hey, you got no repeat product. Don't worry. Coming. All right? Like I say, the clean, balance, and build, that is coming. All right? But just to let your saliva come out a bit, there are 5 products actually. I will just talk on one product. Okay? And then you understand what I'm talking about. Right? So why we are coming up with this product is so powerful, for example. Why a lot of people, when eat even the best health food, they don't see result? Or somebody tells you, some friends, they are not expert. They say, oh, you got this problem, you better eat vitamin C. Okay, you know what to eat. You go to the pharmacy and buy a vitamin C. But you still don't see result. Do you know why? Because you know what to eat, but you don't know how to eat. If you don't know how to eat, then you eat the best thing also, you won't see result. This is something many of you hear. I can tell you never heard this before. Correct or not? Let me explain to you. If I were to ask you, all the organs in your body, from your heart, your kidney, your brains, and so on, which organ is the most important? A lot of people say heart. You think so? I don't think so. If let's say, to me, the most important is actually your intestine. Because whatever nutrition that is absorbed by the nutrition then will send to all the parts of your organs. If let's say your intestine is no good and they cannot absorb very well, nothing, no nutrition go to your heart will die, your kidney will die, you'll have problem. Correct or not? So if that's the case, may I ask you, when was the last time you ever cleaned your intestine? Huh? When? I didn't clean it. So how can whatever you eat have been absorbed? According to statistics, of everything we eat, only 30% is absorbed. 70% passed out. So which means for every dollar you eat, you go to the toilet, poop, 70 cents go out. You know how expensive? Over the last 20, 30 years, you eat health food. Let's say you eat 10,000, 7,000, you already shit out. But the question is, do you really absorb 30%? Maybe only 10%. Because you never even brush, you never clean your intestine. For the last 30, 20 years, you live, everything you eat, layers and layers of slug have covered your alveoli that's supposed to absorb all the nutrients, many layers. So everything you eat, it just passed by very little absorb. So that's why you don't see the result. But that's why Prife, we have a product which we're launching in Thailand, is what you do is you eat the first product called the cleansing. The cleansing actually is a very powerful combination, a very powerful formulation that will clean up all the slugs. All right? It will clean up all the slug. And it clean out the slug, and there is a combination, one more protein inside there. Even you clean out the slug, there is still bad bacteria there. And that cleansing contains another probiotic that removes all the bad bacteria. So once it's all removed, then everything will be absorbed. 90% absorbed. So you're going to start with that first. I will not tell you the other 4. If I will tell you on the 4, you will keep asking me, when is coming, when is coming? All right? Now remember what I say. Why 70% is out there? You don't believe me? Have you ever seen a dog eat shit? Hey, yo, how come the dog so dirty? You think the dog's stupid? The dog smell very nice because there's still a lot of nutrients there you didn't eat. The dog want. In the old days, there's no fertilizer. People come to our house and take our what? Take what we don't want and they go and use that fertilizer for the vegetable. If your intestine absorbs so well, 100% absorb, then the plant also don't want. There's no more nutrients there. That's why a lot of people didn't understand why they don't get the result. And very important, in Prife, when we launched our health food, all right, we were even better than all the MLM companies out there, that the people in Prife will be healthier and live longer. Why? 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 I have cleared everything. The 5 products that we have called the Clean, Balance, and Build, everything is there. But only one more problem to some, not all. Especially the elderly, especially the sick. Because when they are elderly, they are sick, their cells are not so strong. The energy level is not high. So anything they eat, the cells are not eating so well. But with Prife, with the kind of health food that we have, and with the synergy using the iTeraCare to revive and energize all the cells that wake up, your mother, your grandmother, all the cells become so healthy, they start eating. All right? And for us, we eat more healthy, more is absorbed, our cells are start eating. Imagine. You know how lucky you are in Prife today? You don't even realize how lucky you are, you know? All right? Okay, so I just give you a few tips what you need to do. As I was saying earlier, when you do this business, think of them. Don't think of you first. You are automatic. The more you help down there, the more it will just come. You don't worry about that. All right? Now, very important, the first thing you need to do is you've got to commit. When you start, anyone here who are new, who have just signed up, remember this. I'm sure you joined Prife not to waste your time. You have joined here because of what you see. and what you hope to get and what you hope to achieve. The only problem is because you are not in this line for a long time, you don't know in depth, which I will explain to you just now. I hope you remember well. All right? You will not regret it that you need to commit some time. Anything you do, you need to give a period of time. Minimum 6 months to 1 year at least. The best is 1 year. Can you do that? Sometimes I don't understand, People spend 18 years from standard 1 right up to university, never teach them how to make money, just give you a certificate, go and find your own job. But here we teach you straight away how to make money, and then you have a lot of people up there ready to help you for free. So how can you not succeed? There's so many up there behind you. Your upline, so many people there waiting to help you. If you're really willing to do it, please go and see the person up there, all right? If it's not helpful enough, go further level. You have a whole bunch of people behind you ready to support you. How can you fail? You don't know, they teach you. That's the beauty of it, Okay? So give you at least 6 to 1 month. Either you do it full-time or part-time, but never doing it in your spare time. People got no time on. When you say spare time means, hey, let me see my show first. I finish, then only I do. Cannot. You need to put time. Within these 6 months to 1 year. Otherwise, you face a difficulty, you just give up. Because you did not commit your time. All right? Sacrifice. Now, this is something that you want to succeed, you remember. You must give something, all right, to get back something. Nothing is free in this world. You want an expensive dress, you need to pay higher. You cannot go to the shop and say, can I pay cheaper than this? Cannot. So in other words, you want something higher, you need to sacrifice. So temporarily, the things that you like, okay, you may have to temporarily sacrifice it. Okay, you have to temporarily sacrifice. And then in exchange for your future. Okay, all right. What is that? Louder, please. Too many people thought I couldn't hear. Believe in yourself, all right? So once you committed yourself, believe in yourself for at least 6 months to a year. You see, a very interesting thing, I go to church. I know a lot of Filipinos here go to church. Now let me ask you, have you seen God? How many of us see Allah before? How many of us see God before? We never see. But we go and pray till the day we die. All right? Why? Because of what? Belief. And here I'm not asking you to believe for the next 30 or 100 years, 20 or 30 years. Only 1 year. If that also you cannot do it, then richness is not yours. Nothing comes easy, but then it's worth it. Right? Okay, finally, once you commit yourself, don't quit. That's my advice to you. So never quit. You will see result. Actually, when I was in the hospital, transplant, after coming out from the ICU, I was in debt. I was in big serious trouble. While I was lying on the bed, I asked me what happened to me. I never cheat. I work very hard. Why am I suffering like that? And an inspiration came to me. And that inspiration came to me, and when I understood life, I understood what it needs to take and how to face this world in future. And since that day, I got that, and it's guided me to today. And that's called the fourth season. Today, because I don't have the time, this fourth season will take me another half an hour to an hour if I want to extract in detail to you. If you understand the word the fourth season, you will never be poor again. Whatever you do, you will succeed. Okay? But never mind, you still got a chance. There is a convention, international convention, coming in Thailand in November. Probably in that stage, I will share with you the 4th season. So make sure you be there, all right? Okay, now I share a few pictures of my life story to show you that, I did not born with a golden spoon. We came to this world equal, all right? Whether you succeed or you fail, nobody owes you. It is you. Whole sky is money. Nobody stopped you from getting it. All right? You may think that sometimes why heaven is so unfair to us. No. Heaven have given each and every one of us at least 1 or 2 opportunities in our life. The only question is when it comes to you, did you notice it or not? Did you get it? Do you take it? Is Prife is that one? I don't know. But you don't try, how do you know? Okay? My life story, the Thai and the Vietnam, is 2 countries that I look after. They have a chance to see my slide from very young to what I am today. It's actually almost a 40 slide. But here, I only show you 5 or 6 slides, that's all. I cut it short. So just to prove it to you, and my kind of condition, if I can do it, all right, so can you, all right? This was 35 years ago when I had my first transplant, when my 2 kidneys failed, all right? And as you can see, I was very famous. But this kind of famous, you want or not? You want, right? And at this time, I was really in financial trouble. And I started MLM at the age of 23. I was doing a company called A. I didn't really understand in depth. So I was doing part-time, full-time, part-time, full-time, part-time, because I didn't understand what I explained to you today, the beauty, the nobleness of network marketing. So I kept trying, face difficulty, I go back to get a job, and in and out like that. So therefore, I struggled until I'm 30 years old. My son here is 4 and 5. You see, my wife is pregnant. I rented this house, plant some vegetable. If can save some money, I save. Okay? This house I rented for $50 US. That was 35 years ago. And I was 2 months behind. I can't pay. That was how difficult I was. And at this time, I was having my kidney problem, very serious kidney problem, almost going for transplant. And then, this was the son. You see, my wife was pregnant just now. Because at that time, I was going to hospital because my kidney, I was already on dialysis. Before this son was born, my wife and myself discussed to give it away, sell him away, so that I can take the money to pay the hospital because I was in so much debt. All right? But somebody paid. Lucky is my wife's sister that wanted this son and paid. But when he was born, my wife changed her mind and tell the sister, sorry, I can't give you my son. All right? So this was my 3rd son. All right? And since he was born after that, I became very successful. If you remember university, I was the top person in the Asia region. I spent 10 years in this company, university, and in 10 years in ringgit, in commission alone, I earned almost more than 30 million in this company alone. All right? That was the beginning of change of my life. But then because after my first transplant, before I made the money, I don't have enough money to take medicine. I was supposed to take 4 bottles, so I don't have the money. So I was eating less, so my kidney failed again. So at 42 years old, I got my 2nd transplant. My first transplant was donated by my brother. But my 2nd transplant, I cannot ask another brother again, you see. You know? So I struggled and lived in a machine for 7 years. I bathed. Normally, after you do a dialysis, you're very tired, but I cannot. After my dialysis, I go back, bathe, I struggle to go out and do MLM. For 7 years, living on a machine, going out there and struggle to fight, to keep fighting for my family and for myself. And then I went to China for my second transplant. All right? And since when I made a lot of money, and a sport that I like is horse. And I own 4 horses in Malaysia racing court. This horse won 7 races, won me almost $1 million. No MLM leader, no MLM in the whole of Malaysia, any leader ever owned horses. Probably I'm the first one. And today, these are all my collection. I have my own private museum, my own gallery. These are all the collection over the years, the money that I made. I love arts. These are all the potteries, and these are all the paintings. Some I bought at an auction, and some I... You see, my life changed from a $50 rental house I couldn't even afford to pay, but today, you see what I am. All right? So today, this is my life. If I can do it, so can you. Thank you very much, and see you.